There is very little time left for the leaders of the land to surrender and start being loyal to Rita. Meanwhile, the Zords are ready to start the attack, and the Black Dragon says that they are going to turn the cities into rubble. This monster's plan is to start in the Power Rangers city, and he is preparing Jason's Zord to start the attack. Despite this, the soldiers don't give up and want to keep fighting even though they know they have no chance of winning. Suddenly, they begin to see a green light that does not allow them to see well, and they hear a voice telling them not to worry. This voice is Jason, the Red Ranger, who is now green because of the transformation with the help of Tommy. In addition to his green color, Jason also has Tommy's shield, which gives him more energy and protection. The Black Dragon wastes no time and quickly attacks Jason, but he dodges the attack. The monster then tells him that no matter how he finds a way to transform again, he still has control of the Zords. Jason tells him that now that he can transform again, he has access to his Zord and all the others as well. All the Rangers respond by confirming that this is true since they were all inside their Zords. Zack has control of the Mastodon, Kimberly is still flying in her Zord, and Trini is ready for action again online. Despite this, the Rangers do not have control of the Blue Ranger's Zord, so the Black Dragon takes advantage of this and gives the order to the Zord to begin the attack. Before the Blue Zord starts the attack, he receives an attack from the Dragon Zord, and Tommy tells him that he is not going to let the monster destroy everything. Because of this, the Black Dragon changes size to start fighting the Dragon Zord and hits him hard in the face. The monster tells Tommy that he shouldn't have come back, and now that he is alone, nothing is going to save him. Tommy tells him that he has learned his lesson, and because of that he is using the Dragon Dagger. We can see that Tommy is not transformed, as he had to share his power with the other Rangers and is using his dagger to control the Dragon Zord. At that moment, Kimberly says that this time Tommy is not alone, and we can see that all the Zords are gathered to start the final battle. In the dark dimension, Billy and Golder see everything that is happening in the city, as somehow it is all being projected in front of them. They both start talking about what is happening, and Billy can tell that Golder is very angry. Because of this, he starts asking him several questions, and Golder confesses that he doesn't like Black Dragon. He also tells Billy that he is the one who should be there in that battle and not Black Dragon. Now, Billy asks him more questions to try to get information about the identity of the monster, and Golder starts talking about how the communication with this being went. He says that the Black Dragon is from the future, and it was a voice that came to Rita to make a deal. Golder is not sure if that is his true form, as he can change size at will, and he had never seen that. Then, Billy starts to analyze the monster's armor, and he can notice that on the neck of the monster's armor there is a gateway. Then, Billy asks a big question and tells Golder, how is it that they can see everything that is going on in the city while being prisoners? Golder tells him that he can control the dark dimension, because just because he is there doesn't mean he can't control it. He is only there because the Empress has punished him, and he respects that. Billy then asks him if he could leave or take someone else out, but Golder is a little surprised and angry at this question. Obviously, Billy uses his superior intelligence and begins to play with Golder's mind so that he can get him out of this dark dimension. Billy tells him that he is right, the Black Dragon is a robot that has an access entrance, and the best person to disable that robot is him. He then asks Golder to free him so that he can defeat the Black Dragon and Golder can return to Rita's side. Golder understands the reference and says that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Billy manages to convince Golder, so he opens a portal so that the Blue Ranger can leave the dark dimension and tells him not to make him regret this decision. In the city there is a heavy battle, and Tommy hears Billy's voice, who appears next to him. Tommy is very confused, but Billy tells him that it's a long story and begins to tell him about the access entrance that the black dragon has in his neck. They then both make a plan to teleport near that entrance, but Tommy is a little hesitant. Despite this, they both teleport near the neck of the monster and begin to open the door to gain access to the inside of the monster, since it is a machine like the Zords. Inside the monster, they realize they were right, and Billy starts looking for a power source to stop the battle. The black dragon continues to attack the Zords heavily, and because of this, Jason asks Tommy for help so he can better control the black dragon. Tommy replies that he and Billy are inside the black dragon, and the Rangers are very confused by Billy's return. Meanwhile, we can see that Billy has found the power source and Tommy manages to destroy it. This causes the black dragon to fall, and both Rangers must hold on to something inside this monster, as it is going to be a hard fall. As the monster falls, it also changes size and slowly becomes smaller. The black dragon begins to shrink, and the Rangers begin to panic as they don't know what will happen. Tommy tries to teleport out of this machine, but apparently something is blocking his signal. Jason asks them to resist, but Tommy replies that they won't be able to resist, so he wants him to tell his mom that he loves her. At that moment, we can see that a green energy explosion begins until that explosion becomes gigantic and destroys part of the monster. The very worried Rangers start to move some parts in order to get inside the machine to look for Billy and Tommy. They all start to see everything inside that machine, and Trini finds a part that she recognizes. She says that this part is from the Dragon Zord. In the command center, we can see that Rita is talking to the being that controlled the black dragon and tells her that the Rangers have recovered that body. This being replies that he was never in that machine and that the black dragon was only a small piece of his plan. Rita begins to claim to him since he made big promises, and this being tells her that he is going to keep those promises. Then, he also tells her that Tommy and Billy were transported to another place, and he knows where they are now. Now we can see that this being is one of the most powerful villains we have ever seen, Lord Draken, a being from a parallel universe, who says that Tommy and Billy are now in his universe. Tommy and Billy wake up and begin to see that they are in another place which is very destroyed. They are both very worried as they do not know what is happening, but suddenly they see something that leaves them very scared. In this city there are two giant statues of Rita and the Green Ranger. This is the beginning of the story of one of the most powerful beings of the multiverse, Lord Draken.